Welcome back, race fans. If you follow NASCAR closely, you know that Ross Chastain has likely been involved in a wreck with your favorite driver at some point, especially if you're a Kyle Larson fan. Today, we're diving into the drama between Larson and Chastain following a crash during the Würth 400 NASCAR Cup Series race at Dover Motor Speedway. An enraged Kyle Larson didn't hold back as he called out Ross Chastain over a crash that unfolded during a recent race. Behind Trackhouse Racing's Ross Chastain and Brennan Poole, Larson witnessed Chastain bump Poole, sending him into a spin. Larson's quick reaction wasn't enough, leading to a collision similar to last week's Talladega Superspeedway incident. After the incident, Larson was heard on his radio calling out Chastain. "What a effing idiot. Flat out wrecked him. We're in the first stage," Larson said. Larson spoke after the race as well and didn't call out Chastain as directly as he had over the radio. Larson did note how amazed he is that Chastain always seems to come out on the good end of these things. He said, "I would understand you at third stage or something, but that was middle of the first stage to make an error like that. His errors never affect him negatively. I just find it funny he always comes out on the good end. It's just is what it is." Kyle Larson ultimately managed to limp back to pit road for a chance to repair his car. However, when he left the pit road, he found himself 26 laps down from the leaders in P32, where he eventually finished the race. Fox commentator Clint Bowyer hinted at on the broadcast, Chastain being the cause of a crash that involves other drivers has become almost a matter of when rather than if. Why does it keep happening then? NASCAR has always been a self-policing sport, as drivers often retaliate in the same fashion they were wronged. So when will a driver finally retaliate? Who will climb out of the car after shoving Chastain the wrong way and say to the swarming media scrum, "Sorry, I didn't mean to"? Despite the complaints and blame directed at the number one car, no one has taken action yet. However, during the race's final laps, as Chastain chased race leader Truex, Larson aggressively blocked the number one for several laps, pushing him more than a second behind the leader. Chastain finished as runner-up, with a lapped Larson making his race challenging. Did this impact the race winner? We may never know, as a caution waved just a few laps later. Nevertheless, Chastain secured second place, while Larson finished in a distant 32nd. Brennan Poole took it a step further in an interview with Fox's Jamie Little. "The three was on the outside of me. Him and I had been racing for position, and I mean, you're side by side. There's not like a whole lot of room," Poole explained. "There's nothing more that I could do in the situation. I haven't really seen the replay, but it felt like I just got ran over, really, for no reason 80 laps into the race. Doesn't make any sense to me. I guess that's something he's been known to do here recently. Probably needs to get his butt whooped." The Trackhouse Racing driver agreed to have made a mistake during the race on his in-car radio, as well as post-race interviews. Ross Chastain was seen apologizing to Rick Ware Racing driver Brennan Poole, with whom he made contact during the Würth 400 on Monday. After finishing in P2, the number one Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 driver spoke about the incident in a post-race interview and said, "I first have to say I'm so sorry to Brennan, Poole, everybody at Rick Ware Racing, his team. I owe him a big apology and a bit more. I want to get home from Skip Barber tomorrow, and I'll head over there and talk to those guys and make some of that right." Chastain has garnered some flack among NASCAR drivers with his aggressiveness on the track. He has been in a feud with Denny Hamlin after incidents at Gateway and Atlanta last season. He made waves last year at Martinsville, where he inched into the championship four with what is now known as the Hail Melon. The move has since been banned. What do you think of all this? Do you agree with Kyle Larson and Brennan Poole, and do you think it's all Chastain's fault? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this update, be sure to hit the like button, and remember to subscribe to NASCAR Today to stay in the loop with all the latest racing news.